2. Let's swap these around a little bit. There we go. Spawning here towards the south, it's going to be the blue Zerg player repping Team Liquid colors. It's Snute.
In the top position as the red Zerg, it's Liquid Rets. And uh-oh, they switched colors. I guess Ret's going to lose this one now.
That's the key, the color scheme.
Oh, I said Ret was blue. He got the Team Liquid colors. It makes sense. They're both Team Liquid.
And Snoot's blue, so he goes up 2? Is that the...
What? No, he's blue now, so we'll get to 1.
I was trying to make it rhyme.
Oh, well, you failed.
I also got a donation from BPR Roberts, by the way. Gave me $5. Says, have a beer on me when you get to Home Story Cup. Same deal as Zombie Grub. I'd much rather get to Home Story Cup first and worry about drinking my ass off later. So I'm going to put that $5 towards the Get to Home Story Cup fund. Thank you very much for that donation, sir.
Okay, so Snute got caught off guard. That happens. What are you going to do? It especially sucks that it's in a best of 3 because I'm only 1 game away from losing. But you got to shake it off and just say, okay, don't let that happen again.
Yeah.
And he was going for something that was a little bit greedy, you know? Like, there wasn't a lot of scouting. There's only 2 lings, more from the banelings. He went for that quick lair. If he had 6 lings and all of them turned to banelings, he has such a better chance. But, of course, if he had prepared for it, he would have been absolutely good. So that's the first thing you want to do.
Real quick, by the way, so I guess we got delisted on Team Liquid. A lot of things are going on. Stream has not dropped any frames though so far, but I got some messages from some close friends saying the stream is lagging. I hope this isn't the case, guys. But you know, with E3 going on, Twitch has probably got a lot of shit going on right now. So report the little down below the stream. Hit the little wrench button. Report video setter. But I have 0 frames dropped on the stream so far, so it's not coming from my end. JTDC, by the way, says, here's a beer on me, Zombie Grub, and donates $5 towards the fund as well, so that's cool. So it's plus 10 towards the thing.
We got both guys going gas. Rhett is holding off on gas for now. Nope, gets it. Alright. Gasless as a style is really just falling out of favor. I always thought it was the more boring, which is why I never went for it whenever I played Zerg. That's just me. Hey, though, cancels it. Hey.
Oh, was it just for the scout? That's so sick if it was, though. Everyone never saw it, so never mind. I don't know.
Might have been, I would say that it was something that he scouted, but he didn't scout much either, so maybe just simply changed his mind.
Yeah, neither of them actually got deep enough to scout gases, funny enough. Question marks getting raised.
Snute sees now that it's gasless with the lings sitting in there, and now Rhett will see that it is gas with the lings sitting in there. So there you go. There's the scouting. But, okay, so Rhett is going gasless. Then I'll have to talk about like why this is important, why it's different, and what you can do with it. So, of course, if you get gas early, you get speed, and you're good to go. You got good defensive setup, and you can also attack in the 9 thirds. If you go gasless, you're usually planning on a slower third. You're usually planning on roaches. You might not even bother getting speed at all for the lings or baneling nests.
Skipping ling speed is actually a good way to get ahead if you want to win the game early. Now, neither player's gone for it yet, so that situation only arises if your opponent also wastes gas in ling speed. So I'm sitting here with like a silly smile on my face because they both might be thinking like, all right, I'm gonna get ahead. But it's Snute who's gone for the faster layer, and it's Snute. I mean, neither of them's really dedicated yet. I'm raising question marks all over the place, Zombie Grub. If more gases were taken, you're like, okay, Snute's going mutas, no problem. If Roach Horns and Evos were down, you call something else. There's the gases, so Snute is gonna go Spire. Yeah,
so he should be getting speed as well. You just don't really go mutas without lings, because it's all about map control and it's all about harass options, and you want to be able to get the cancel on their third and with lings while attacking the natural base of the mutas. Mutas on Van Eye Research Station make a lot of sense too. It's a good map for it versus all races, really. And it looks like they're kind of they both scouted what they needed to, and there is actually no trickery so far. Rhett's getting lings, but he gets upgrades before speed.
This is okay. So I am curious what Rhett's choice for this game, because it's cool in a lot of ways that this will make lings win against lings. This makes lings win against banelings, even thanks to the carapace upgrade. And lings, technically, with enough of them, could win against mutas just because you won't clean them up fast enough. They'll get kills guaranteed. But the question then comes: can Snute minimize the damage? Can he keep Rhett from snowballing?
Yeah. This is a trick. I have a trick then. So there are a couple of different tricks builds you can use. If you it looks like you're going gasless, you can do, and because that usually means you're gonna macro and try and get a third base. You can do like a roach all in. You can do a baneling all in, a ling all in, because they're kind of saying, oh, you're going gases, you're going roaches. Why make my own baneling nest? I don't need it. The people are getting a lot smarter about that. They usually get banelings anyways, as Snute is doing, like just in case. Already getting 2, so he's really taking it seriously. And I love Rhett's plan here, but it's not as scary as it could be. Like, if Snute had read this as a roach game and had no baneling nest, I'd be a little scared.
Yeah, I mean, God, that's going to be a lot of lings. Snute is going to struggle. I mean, he can't rely on the mutas, but the upside is nothing Rhett has really shoots up. So, Snute with the 1-1 in the favor of Rhett will almost lose every single ling fight, most baneling fights, not going to go in his favor, even with good control. It's going to be really hard to actually take engagements. On the other hand, he's going to have the advantage of mutas. So, we'll see how this plays out.
Snute has not gotten any information until just now. He could have morphed an Overseer as soon as that lair finished, and that probably would have been more helpful, but Rhett's surprise, hundreds of lings with upgrades and going into his own Spire. This is going to take so long to clean up unless some seriously good baneling hits come down.
Like right here. Okay, well, he holds the ramp. There's a good chunk with those, but Snute needs more. And if he moves away from the ramp, then Rhett runs to the main. A couple Jones going to go down. The mutas helping clean this up. Those upgrades finally kicking in for Rhett. So as we see, he dominates the ling fight. Not even a fair fight, really. Mutas going to be used to clean up the third. Rhett not going to be able to get the kill on the base, but man, that was scary. Like, he doesn't win this fight at all, but there's the potential of him running through the main, the potential of this getting really out of hand, but choosing to dedicate to the third, I don't know if I love that decision. On the other, though, he didn't know whether there was more banelings at the top of the ramp, so there's a lot of things going through both players' minds right now, but for Rhett, probably not too happy with the way that went.
Yeah, I would say so. You really wanted to buy a lot more time and cause a lot more, if not damage, just like havoc. Like, you know, messing their macro up, messing their injects up, stuff like that. With upgrades, he still has that going for him, and that could play a huge role, as Muta Wars is not just about the mutas. I mean, it's, you know, what it comes down to usually, but the Ling Wars on the ground are usually what leads to it. You know, they're the ones that get the snipes and the thirds and deny gases and deny injects and whatnot. But Rhett's Spire only just finished. He had to protect himself with Spore Crawlers up until now. They're still not out.
Lings did a great job just kind of baiting out those other Lings into death. I mean, the resources lost, not crazy different, but, yo, the thing about this game, when it comes down to it, with Muta versus Muta, upgrades are one thing, numbers are everything. And 12 mutas versus 10, we got Snute moving towards Infestors as well.
Does he not know that it's mutas? He has to know that it's mutas. Is he really just going to try and transition? You're not allowed to go out of mutas if you go muta versus muta. So
I think the fungal growth will outweigh the couple of mutas he'll lose in the fight, potentially, or infested Terrans or whatever. He's not scared of those mutas, but he knows with Red's dedication to Lings, it's not anything else. I mean, you don't go from 1-1 Lings into like roaches this late in the game.
Yeah.
So Snoot's a smart guy. Like, he knows what's up. It just looks a little bit odd. It is a little bit more favorable for Rhett with the mutas right now. Rhett's also dedicating to muta upgrades. Was Snoot's transitioning out? I don't know. It's awkward for Snoots because this might catch him off guard, but the Infestors give him that safety net where, okay, maybe you get caught off guard, but you don't lose the game.
Well, the problem with that, though, is that you started so late. This is why you're not allowed to go out of it. And yes, he did not. I don't think he realized it was mutas. He makes 13 mutas immediately now. Yeah. Like, that was a larva bank because you didn't know what was going on. But now he's gonna have kind of useless upgrades. Well,
maybe the upgrades will be useless, maybe they won't be, but he is gonna win the muta fight if it's 13 more over what Red has.
Yeah, I need to get him out now. This is such a wonky game. Like, the thing is that now he does have infestors though. Like, he has Padger glands. He could go on infestors. It's usually not something you're allowed to do in a muta war until way later.
I like how there's all these rules we keep referring to, but it's more just like survival rules, not like game rules.
Are,
like.
They're I guess Red also maybe thought he was going to transition because he got +1 flyer, not +1 carapace, which is usually what you need to get in a muta versus muta war. I think at the end of the day,
he's overstepping. He knows there's going to be spore crawlers waiting.
Yeah, he's going to be careful, and he is. But I think at the end of the day, Snute wins just because he is going to have infestor tech. Like, he was allowed to get there and not just straight up lose in the muta fight.
Yeah. Big shout outs go to Inc595 for the 11-month resub. Big resub there. And I am Jax High with a 3-month resub as well. Thank you guys both for coming back to the channel and continuing your support.
Beer King. Thanks for the donation. Take one down, pass it around, and such and such.
Ooh.
Eloquent.
That's
but this...
the +1 carapace really showing right there.
Yeah. Now Snute does have +1 carapace on his own lings, but he didn't make any lings. He that's kind of what he was able to give up, I guess, as the game is going on, and it's finally biting him in the butt here as he loses his third base.
Nice fungal. I gotta be careful doesn't lose both these infestors though. Oh, so annoying.
Oh,
but
luckily,
a big reveal. That's a big reveal.
That's true. Now he knows not to just like go like, you know, balls to the wall with the mutas chasing way too far. But the nice thing about losing a hatchery here is that he's already on a gold base. Plus, when versus Muta Wars, it's usually not about the minerals. That's 2 spore. That's almost 3 spore crawlers. Oh, that's spine crawler. That's fine. Yeah.
So Ret is gonna take this fight, but he's gonna give up a lot to do it. Now that Muta War is never gonna go in his favor. It's questionable before because of the infestors, but certainly not with losing that many mutas. Back home, the roaches.
Probably should have chased. His +1 carapace is also gonna be faster.
Well, Snoot's gotta get drones back out. That's the biggest problem right now. There's lack of mining on 2 different bases. Of course, that gold base can help band-aid a little bit, but a couple fungal growths ready and waiting. Is he gonna catch him? No, Ret walks away. He's like, F this.
Oh.
The thing about the fungals, too, is it's not even just fungals. 1 or 2 infested Terrans can really, really upset the way this goes, too.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well.
Oh, we just met our next level Kickstarter reward goal, by the way.
Did we?
Yeah, this was to offset the percentage that Kickstarter takes. So, that's pretty cool. $24,000 Canadian raised. Holy moly, you guys are awesome. Yo, Carbot's almost got his thing funded. Take TV got theirs rocked and rolled. Ours is blown out of the water. I have never been more, I don't know, impressed, I guess, by our scene. You know, with all the negativity and shit, sometimes you lose focus on that, but that's awesome.
Ooh,
this is actually going to go pretty poorly if he catches them. Doesn't catch them, but it loses some infestors to the lings. Ret, though, will lose all of his lings, so once again, power kind of goes back in the favor of Snute. Are you going to catch some of the roaches at the cost of your mutas? I don't think so. Oh, that second fungal was so good. Red's gonna lose so many more mutas.
Yeah, you could see that he was like thinking like maybe I could take a fight or maybe I should take a fight because losing half your mutas is a death sentence anyways.
Oh god, look at that supply gap. That not just the supply gap, but the army supply gap specifically. Oh man, 31 mutas have died from Ret so far this game. By the way, Snute's only lost 1. I just want to throw that out there. Like what? What?
Wow. Dang. Well, Snute is looking to be in control of this game. He not only has a higher muta control, well, only by 1, but still, he has that muta control. He also just has a really good ground army, which is not something they usually accompany with mass muta. Like, it's no longer the case that Ret can buy time by putting down 5 spore crawlers and mutas ain't touching that. There's roaches and hydras to deal with it.
Well, the roaches, I think, are going to be the scariest part, not so much the hydras. We already know Ret can deal with the air, but it's just nothing to break the roaches this late in the game. You know, you try and go for your own roaches, but look what Ret's doing. He's building the Roach Warden just now. This is going to be nothing for it. He's still dedicating to lings. Maybe if this goes like super crazy ultras or something, that's a whole nother can of worms. But right now, with the way this is playing out, Ret's doing a really good job of buying time.
Yeah.
It's really hard to stop Snute from marching across the map and killing him, but this is one of the ways to do it. These run-bys, this hatchery going to go down once more, and this is a really sucky situation because Snute can't just abandon ship on this.
Got to worry about poking a bear, though. I mean, apparently, eventually Snute might just get fed up more than anything else and do the attack anyways. Because he has so much money that doing the attack plus just, like, spreading out your hatcheries and whatnot for a legit base trade is not out of the question for him.
Yeah, Ret's got a couple of bases, but that's not that impressive if there's nothing to defend them.
Yeah, so Ret throws down both a Baneling Nest and an Ultras Cavern. I guess he was thinking that the roaches would not help him, so maybe he's going to try and go for like mass Banelings, but then the infestors would catch them, so maybe Ultras would be the way to go. And it's everything without actually getting any of them. A couple of infestors on the way, that's it.
I mean, I think Ret had the right idea on what to do, but it came too late. It was one of those things where you're like, oh, I've wasted so much realizing like this is the wrong direction to go.
Yeah. You can't blame them. Both parties had, you know, 1 or 2, maybe even 3 situations where they didn't really know what was going on.
Oh, fungal the mutas, fungal the mutas, fungal the mutas, Snute. Oh, the splits out of Ret, actually, to make sure that didn't happen was pretty good. But Hydralisk, infested Terrans, the mutas from Snute now going to wrap back. He's gone back home to try and catch these. But even so, I kind of feel like for Snute, Those Ultras, there's 4 of them coming, but they don't have chitinous plating. They're not going to be that scary to deal with. Roaches, Hydras, and Mutalisks especially should be able to deal with this. And this is looking really good for Snute to tie up the series 1-1. Red took a really fast game 1. Snute took a really long but well-fought game 2.
Yeah. Yeah, this is not... It was also like, you know, we talked about rules earlier on, and some people just know the rules and have the better macro. This was like serious Zerg reaction. Like, who was better at reacting and figuring things out as they went along?
Yeah.